3, 2, 1. Somebody pull it up on YouTube, please.
Oh, well, I'll give it that in chat. It's not up yet, obviously, but are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
So they can hear us?
Yes, the stream should be coming up.
Okay, one sec. Yokum? So, are we muted?
I'm back.
All right,
Well,
we are live here at Michigan International Speedway for the WFO Racing League's Thunder Cup Thursday Cup Series. I am one of your commentators here, Vern Bradley. I'm joined with Nation 01 and nobody other than Robert Oddie himself. We'll call him the odd man in the broadcast tonight.
mm-hmm.
We want to thank all our viewers for joining us. I know these guys in these cup cars are going to put on a great show here. What do you guys think?
I think it's going to be an awesome show.
Have to agree with Nation.
All right, so we get an awesome show from you guys. We'll have to see how it is tonight. Michigan, I know Adi, you practiced the car. Nation, you probably practiced it a little bit. I know I practiced it earlier. So what do you guys think about how it handled around here?
You know what? It's the first time I ever run that car on this track, and when I come out of turn 4, it just wanted to spin around on me. So I don't know how they're going to handle that.
Well,
At least from my perspective.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. I know the car seemed to be really tight on entry, and then it seemed to want to get a little bit loose on exit. So
yeah, but I feel like this setup they have, like the new track and all, I think it's a better racing format than the old one, just because it lets the drivers drive it a bit more. I mean, obvious, but it's a little less loose than the old one was, which will generate better racing.
yeah, the exit, like I said, especially coming out of turn 2, seemed to be the tricky part for me. If you tried pushing the car out too hard or too fast, and then turning it to keep it down out of the wall, it seemed to want to kick the rear end out. So I think that's something that we'll see some of these guys fighting tonight.
Well, I know I was fighting it on just a little bit of practice I did, but I'm not very experienced with that car or this track.
Yeah, and guys, we also got to remember one of the cool things about this track is it's multiple grooves. It's not like you have to eat the bottom or eat the top. You can drive different lanes here, which will generate good racing. Vern, what lane would you want to drive here early on?
Well, early on's really cool because you can really kind of put the car wherever you want to. If you want to run it down on the bottom or in the middle or the top, you can pretty much run it wherever you want. But those first couple laps, I want to kind of run it down on that low line and try to use that lower seam to turn the car.
Yeah, and obviously with that, do you think do you think drivers are gonna have to move up during the race and during a long run because this track you can drive different lanes here, especially in 1 and 2, and with that rubber and that heat going down there, do you think that's gonna make them have to move up?
Yeah, yeah, I really do believe that, Adi. I think the more they run that bottom on those restarts, the initial start and the restarts, that they're going to lay some rubber down there and make the car not so happy and be forced to move up the track.
Yeah, but also got to remember, if everyone goes to the top, then you're gonna have to go back to the bottom too.
Eventually, and like I said, I think you'll see that more on restarts. I think as we go along, we're just going to see cars spread out all over the place.
Speaking of which, what kind of pit time are we looking at if it goes green?
How many green flag laps? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. I didn't make a fuel run in the car.
I didn't either.
So,
Well, the truck should go 50 laps, so I'd assume anything above 50 laps.
all right, we're getting lined up here. Nation, you want to give us our starting lineup here?
I can't see it.
Okay. Adi, You want to do it?
Sure. On pole, we have Richard Springer in that 8 machine. Then we have Mark Love. Good qualifying for him. We haven't really seen him be that strong qualifying this year in that number 55 car. Then we have Andrew Singleton in that number 22 machine. On his outside, we have Aiden Young in that number 9 car. And guys, Aiden Young dropped out early yesterday at Auto Club. This should be a good night for him. Then we have Wade Houston in that 32 machine. We saw him at Phoenix, guys, and he was very fast with a damaged car. So, he didn't qualify there good either, but he was definitely the fastest car. Behind him, we have Mason Weitzel, a defending winner. He swept last week. Not going to sweep this week, though. Starting in that number 6 position. Then we go to Garrett Robinson, the number 98 car. He should be fast. Then Donald Shockley, believe he's racing tonight. And then we have Hal Amy behind him in row number 5. On his outside, we have Sean
Door.
And
Matt
Egan in the 11th, followed by Joseph Andujar, John Houston, and John Sanu.
All right, that's going to do it for our starting lineup here at Michigan International Raceway for the WFO Racing League's Thunder Cup Thursday Cup cars. We're going to get ready to go do some green flag racing here. And speaking of that, Nation, who do you got for this race? Who's your pick? Who's the fast horse?
You know what? I'm picking the underdog. I'm going with Hallie.
All right, Nation's going to go with that 3-car Hal Amy. Who do you got there, Robert Oddie?
Well, I think, we're going to see Wade Houston. He's fast everywhere he goes. I think he's really good at these bigger tracks, too. We saw him dominate Las Vegas last year, I believe it was. So I think he's going to be fast, but I just have a gut feeling that he's going to get in trouble tonight. So I'm going to go with Mark Love.
All right, he's got Mark Love. I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit off here. I'm going to go with John Houston.
That is a good pick. He did qualify in the back, though, but we know he has speed.
Yeah, I've raced with him here personally more than one time. He really has this track figured out. He was very fast in practice. I'm not so sure that qualifying lap wasn't him just kind of throwing a lap down, so to speak.
This is the one to go, isn't it?
Mark Love did not take the grid, so I'm going to switch my pick to Aiden Young.
Yes, it is. We're at 1 to go. Pace cars getting ready to duck down and off the racing surface here. And we are getting ready for a green flag racing here at Michigan International Raceway tonight. And there they go.
Yeah, yep, green flag out. Good restart by Aiden Young. Got a big push from Mason Weitzel. But that 8-car Richard Springer, it looks like he's going to have the preferred lane. Mason Weitzel look 3 wide. He thinks better of it and backs out. Aiden Young, though, going to keep. He might clear the 8-car. Mason Weitzel going to try following Aiden Young through. Down the back straightaway, we see Garrett Robinson competing for that third.
A little bit of contact there. The 22 into the back of the 8-car kind of loosened him up a little bit.
Yeah, the 8-car is going to fall all the way back to about 6 there and fight that 62 car right there. Look at the lead. We already have a battle for the lead. Mason Weitzel, who qualified 5th, guys, is already up to 2nd in 1 lap. And Young takes the lead, and Garrett Robinson going for 2nd.
Yeah, Garrett Robinson working outside of Mason Weitzel there. Garrett in that 98 car. They look to be racy at the start of this thing. I mean, don't count out that 32. Wade Houston right behind them. That car's hunting.
Yeah, I was about to say that. He's already up to that number 4th position. He also did not qualify as good as we expected him to. But, it's going to be a 4-car battle here for that 2nd position. They're going to double out here. Looks like
we got a great battle. Andrew Singleton pulling up into that mix there in the 22 car.
Contact.
A little bit of contact there. 32 moves up a little bit over it.
3 wide move.
Looking to the bottom. Mason went to block.
Mason a bit loose. Andrew Singleton.
No.
We got a 150 lap race here, gentlemen. That's a little early to be that aggressive.
Yeah, but Wade Houston looking for that 2nd position. He's not wasting time. He's going to look below Garrett Robinson. They're going to be... contact!
There it is. There's the contact.
He keeps it off the inside wall, though. He's going to come
Going
back
through the
up the track. Let's
grass.
see if he can save it.
I just saw Hal Amy get into something here.
Yeah, he's going to save it, come back onto the track, and fall all the way to the back of the pack. Hal Amy, don't see any damage on him.
Take a look at that car, Mr. Hal Amy, that 3 car. He looks like he's got a little right front damage. Driving the, looks like he's in the old SS.
Yeah, he is.
Must have selected the wrong car there on entry and got the SS over the Camaro, so that might be causing him some issues tonight. Don't look like the damage is too severe, though, Adi. I think he can continue on okay.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, after that contact, Mason Whitesell falling back to 4th until he clutches a Donald Shockley. But Andrew Singleton starting to catch Garrett Robinson for that 2nd position. But Aiden Young has checked out.
I don't see any damage on this 32 car of Wade Houston here. Looks like he kept it out of the wall and everything in between, and that the grass didn't mess it up too bad down there. So looks like he's just going to settle in and try to work forward from here on.
Yeah, definitely there. John Houston already up to that 5th position. I think Mason Whitesell's damage is affecting him because now he got passed by, I believe, no, not yet. It looks like John Houston's going to try getting past him. And, big contact
he's hard
into the wall.
the outside wall. The 99 hard into the outside wall here. This is
I don't know what's
lap
wrong.
number 6. He is just hooked up on that wall. I don't know if he can't get off of it or what the deal is.
Oh, he's riding the
up on his
wall
side
now.
This
is
almost
gonna
looks
have
like
to be a
steering
caution.
wheel issue.
He might flip it.
You can see he's on the gas.
There's our first caution.
First caution on lap 7 for the 99
Lucky break.
car.
Lucky break for Mark Love there because he was he had to start on pit road, and now he is not going to go a lap down. Do you guys want to talk to Mason Whitesell about that?
He might be a little bit shook
He
up
might be a
from that
little bit
incident,
heated
so
right now.
We're gonna let that one go. We're gonna pause the audio out. We'll let you guys stay on them under caution here. We're not under caution, are we?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we are.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, Mason Whitesell still stopped on that track, so he might need his steering wheel might be messed up.
Yeah, we'll get back on the audio part right after the caution flag here. All right, YouTube, we are back live here at the WFO Racing League's Thunder Cup Thursday Cup Series here at Michigan International Raceway. We've seen a little bit of excitement there on the first 7 laps of the race. What'd you guys think about that?
Well, very aggressive for that second place position, and making the 3 wide, door slam each other, not on purpose, but I think they're gonna calm down, maybe get some green flag pit stops here, and yeah.
I think after we get 20, maybe 30 laps, then everyone's going to calm down, and all the guys that want to win it, in, the first lap, they'll be probably gone.
Well, my thought behind it is, I mean, it's a 150 lap race, so you certainly need to work on attrition and getting settled down at some point here. So we'll have to see how they do here on this restart. Adi, take us through the restart.
And that will be the green flag.
That 8 car looked like he got well, he's back there a little bit. It's Garrett Robinson that got a good launch on that restart there.
Yeah, he was the leader.
Oh, he bounces off the wall. The 98
Yeah.
bounced off the outside wall. He's going to hold on to the lead, but he's going to the
something's
bottom.
Wrong. A miss on his car. Mason Weitzel's teammate. Don't know what's wrong with his car.
He's down on the apron now. Oh, we got a wreck right down into him.
Donald Shockley, big contact.
Shockley, big contact with the 98.
What happened there? That's the same team twice there. You think that could be something with steering offset or something?
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, both team cars contacted the outside wall there, and it was unfortunate for Garrett that the 10 happened to get loose when he was going around them. But that's just the way Michigan goes sometimes. I mean, it's a big, awful wide track. I'm not real sure what's going on with some of these cars tonight.
Yeah, we really don't know what happened there. Same issues. He had steering issues the same way his teammate did. And guys, Mason Weitzel did disconnect. So if you guys would like to interview him, we can.
No, we're gonna skip the driver interviews like that. When they wreck out, Adi, most of these guys are heated, and we don't really want that in a broadcast.
10-4. But they do have a quick repair, correct?
Yeah, I give them one fast repair when I set this up tonight, and they do have a fast repair to use, so I'd expect to see some of these guys use that fast repair.
Yeah.
And with that, we are under caution again, so we're going to go ahead and let you enjoy the cars going around the track here, pacing around, and we're going to pause out the audio. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at you live here with the WFO Racing League's Thunder Cup Thursday Cup Series here at Michigan International Raceway. Oh, it's been an exciting one for the first 16 laps. Robert Oddie, take us through it. What do you think is going to happen now?
Well, I mean, we got John Houston, our leader, very talented guy. Aiden Young, very fast. You're going to see him making some moves here. Andrew Singleton, not a guy to be afraid to make that 3 wide. Mark Love, he's been very fast practice and qualifying. You're going to see him go through the field. But, guys, 2 wrecks, 2 teammates out. Was confirmed as a hardware thing. Talked to other drivers. They're not experiencing anything like that. So, really these 2 cautions came out to something with their hardware or computer. So, Mason White's out of it. But we still got Garrett. And John Houston's our leader. So, I mean, 2 unfortunate cautions, both happening on the backstretch. We had some great racing before there, some contact. But, yeah, now we're about to go green. And green. Wait for it. Green flag in there.
Green flag drops. John Houston getting a good start there. Aiden Young trying to fight on that outside in that 9 car. Looks like the 62 is going to try to get him a run underneath the 42 going into turn 1.
Yeah, Aiden Young, we saw him hold the outside before and does not look like he's going to be able to do it this time, but he will get that big elite run on the backstretch.
There he is. That 9 car got a great run out of turn 2 there, and he's all over
Mark
the
Love
42.
contact.
We'll jump back and take a look at that 55 and see what's going on there.
He slammed the wall. Something with
Matt.
Matt.
He's got it straightened out and headed in the right direction now.
Oh, contact between Matt Egan and that 10 machine of Sean. My bad, Joseph and you are. Now Mark Love's going to look high over Matt Egan. Looks like he'll pass him for, I believe, 7th. I don't know what's going on right now. Matt Egan, not former, but he is a broadcaster on the American Sim Network. He broadcasts the K&N and Truck Series races, and we get to see him in the car once in a while, which is always fun.
Yeah, it's definitely always fun to see him and Donald Shockley, the 2 admins of this series, be able to get out and mix it up with these guys.
But looking back up front here, Aiden Young's right on John Houston. Looks like he's stalking him. And behind them, you got Andrew Singleton and Wade Houston up to 4th. So, Andrew Singleton, we've seen that guy all week. And last week, we've seen him. He's been learning and stuff. But I always feel like he's the 3rd fastest car for some reason.
Yeah, he's I'll tell you, he had a fast ride last night. I raced with him in the truck race at Auto Club, and he gave me for a lot of laps more than I wanted to handle there. So he kept me on my toes all night.
Yeah, and Aiden Young getting a small run off a turn 4.
Great fight up here, Adi. That 42 of John Houston and that 9 of Aiden Young is keeping him on his toes.
Yeah, and talked to Aiden on one of those cautions we had, and he said he's gonna run his race and play it safe. He's not gonna, he's a safe driver. He's a conservative and smart driver. Daytona, he drops back, plays it safe. Caution. Don't know what happened.
Caution again.
I'll check it out for you and tell you who it was.
I'm not even seeing any crashes happen here.
I think it was Sean. Yeah, the 62 machine. It looks like he
I think
wrecked.
he's disconnected now too.
Yep, manually disconnected.
Garrett Robertson's also gone to computer errors. That leaves us with about 12 cars. But it was a great race. But guys, you gotta think they have to come down and take 4 tires, right?
Yeah, he disconnected out of it, so I wasn't able to catch what happened there to him exactly, but it's unfortunate.
Yeah, but what I was saying about Aiden Young, you always see him at the end of these races. So, he's a very smart driver, and he's not gonna, let you, play mind games with him. Sometimes he'll kill his tires, but he's learned, and he came in championship last year. I bet he wants to win the first Cup championship.
I'm having a little technical difficulty here, guys.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. We got them coming down pit road now. We're going to pause the audio out while we're on caution break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back live with you. WFO Racing League's Thunder Cup Thursday here at Michigan International. We're getting ready for the restart here. Robert Dottie, take us through it, buddy.
And we're coming to the green flag. Looks like John Houston, Aiden Young going to lead us back green here. Aiden Young looks like, I think he is actually the control card. No, he's not. I think John Houston actually picked the high side there. John Houston with a great start. And we see Aiden Young. Oh, Wade Houston giving Aiden Young a big shot. John Houston going to have to try again that run on exit we saw Aiden Young get before. You got a 4-car breakaway here. John Houston.
We got a blank out right there by Houston in the 42. He disappeared for a second, and it looks like he's going to be able to get a good run off that high side there to try to put the 9-car at bay.
He's going to clear Aiden Young, and Andrew Singleton is back up to third, fighting Wade Houston for that position. And guys, we're double file for fighting for third and fighting for first. John Houston blinks again.
Yeah, that's a great battle up there between 4 cars right now.
Look how close they're getting right there.
We got the 42, the 9, the 22, and the 32. All 4 of them just doing battle. Aiden Young is not giving that. He's not letting John Houston go easily.
Yeah, definitely not going to let him go easy, but you got to make sure, guys. We haven't seen a long green flag run yet, but when we do, you got to make sure you got tires at the end of those runs, because with 100% fuel, these runs are not short. We got a couple blinkers here.
Well, I'll tell you guys, at some point, you would think these guys would want to settle down and click some of these laps off and make this time go a little bit shorter here. The more cautions they got, the longer it's going to take.
I'll tell you what, man, my horse is not doing too bad. I think he's in 6th right now, and he's in a car he didn't want to drive. That would be Hal Amy.
Yeah, I'll tell you, not a bad pick there for being in a car you don't want to drive. I'm going to stick with my horse, and that's that 42 of John Houston that's out leading this field right now.
Well, I did pick Mark Love, and then he didn't ridge, so I picked Aiden Young, but now Mark Love's back, so I'm going to cheat and pick 2.
You can't cheat.
2.
Yeah, that's not fair.
My half-brother voted for Aiden Young. I vote for...
He's going to cheat and pick 2, Nation.
So we got to let him.
At least I can say Andrew Singleton.
Take a look at the top 5 here real quick. We got John Houston, the 42, leading this thing. Aiden Young not far behind him in that 9 car. Who's in 3rd place, Robert Dottie?
Andrew Singleton, my man.
And then 4th place, we got Wade Houston.
He said his name.
He did it, and he did it right.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him. He's growing up.
And guys, while we're talking, it looks like Hal Amy just got passed by Mark Love and might get passed by that number 16 of Mike Springer. He's falling back a bit. What's going on with him?
He might just be saving his tires.
Yeah, I mean, well,
we're going to take a look here. We got the 16 of Mike Springer. You're right. He has dropped back a little bit, but I'm going to agree with Nation. I think he might just be taking care of his equipment and getting ready to settle in for a long run here.
Yeah, because in practice, he was one of the fastest cars on that long run, too. So look for him at, I think, honestly, the longer this run goes on, the better he's going to get.
Is that an In-N-Out burger car?
Yes, it is.
That's awesome. Don't it just make you hungry looking at that paint job?
I've never been to an In-N-Out burger. Have you?
Mike Springer?
No, I haven't. We don't have any close to us here, so I can't never say that I've been to an In-N-Out, but definitely looks a little bit tasty.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like he's fighting your driver there, that 3-car Hal Amy.
I think he just let him go.
Lay off my driver.
Pretty sure Hal Amy just backed it down on the front stretch.
Well, I can tell you that Hal hasn't used this fast repair because he's still got the damage that he had on the car earlier, that right side damage.
Yeah.
So that might be slowing him down a little bit, especially on these long straightaways here at Michigan. Meanwhile, up front, that 9-car of Aiden Young is not letting that 42 get out too far here.
I'm on Aiden right now, and he's not doing horrible. I mean, he's doing pretty good.
All four of those cars are really hanging in there really good together. The 22 of Andrew Singleton's still there, and so is the 32 of Wade Houston.
Another paint I want to bring up is that 32 is, or the 22 is a very good looking paint. He sent me a picture of it before the race, and I was like, wow, that's a pretty good paint.
Yeah, that car's beautiful. No doubt about it. Excellent paint job. We're going to go on board with him for a couple of laps here so people can see what it's like to go around Michigan International. Your favorite camera, Nation.
Uh-oh.
You can see that he's easing it into the corner. He's not really abusing his tires. He's running a little lower line than the 42 and the 9.
Oh, talking about the 9, you guys can get a front row seat. He's going to look
battling.
He might clear John Houston into one here.
Yeah, the 9's definitely got to run underneath of the 42, and they're going to get close. The 42's going to go down and side draft the 9 a little bit. Looks like the 9, I don't know, it's going to be a drag race coming off the corner here.
I think the 9's got it.
I don't know. John Houston's going to stay on his door down into turn 3.
John Houston remains on his outside at that door. The 9 is trying everything to get him cleared, and it's not going to happen coming out of 4 here, guys.
Oh, contact again.
Oh, I don't think that was contact.
The 9's in the grass, but he saves it. Good job to the 9 car. It's a nice save right there. That's going to put the 22 up to the 42, and the 32 is looking to pounce on both of them.
Well, the 9's only back to 3rd, so he's not in bad shape.
Actually, he's faded back to 4th now, but it doesn't look like he's losing any speed to the first 3.
But now with those two battling, is going to open the door to Andrew Singleton. Andrew Singleton's going to suck up to John Houston here. Let's see if he can get around.
Well, this is definitely the 2-horse race going on right now, is that 42 and 22.
Yeah, and guys, they were side by side for 2 laps there, and they hurt a lot of their tires.
I'm not so sure that John Houston might not have used up a little too much of his tires at the start of that run there, guys.
Yeah, but you also got to remember, Andrew Singleton is also known for using up his tires early.
But I think the real question here is this 32 just sitting back here waiting to pounce on him.
I think he is as well. He's quick. I mean, he's pretty quick, and he can. I don't know if he's been saving his stuff or what he's doing, but I don't know. He might catch that 22 in the VF40.
Let's take a look at him, how he handles it down in the corners. I mean, just watching the car from the outside, he looks very, very smooth. See how much will he puts in it. He's putting a little bit in it, not a ton. He's really taking care of his equipment here, guys.
Which is important here.
That's the key to a long run right there. And that's one of the things I look at when we go on these in cars is how far they're turning that wheel left in the corner. You can see how nice and smooth he is with the throttle on exit here. That's one good fast lap for you around Michigan International.
But Andrew Singleton is able to hold with John as Aiden Young going to move.
Aiden Young's going to move past the 32. Put Aiden Young in that 9 back up to the 3rd spot.
But he's going to need the 22 to start battling John Houston because he's quite a ways back, about almost 8/10.
Yeah, that 22 and 42 still real close. Behind them, we got the 9 and the 32 close together. There's a gap in between the 22 and the 9. This is definitely, these 4 have definitely not been the class of the field, but have really been putting on a great race.
Definitely, but you know, Andrew Singleton is going to get a run, it looks like, down the straightaway. No,
they're just, it's really neat to see how many different lines they're working through the corner here. I mean, you look at John Houston, he's staying down by that first seam. The 22 of Andrew Singleton's a little higher. Aiden Young's almost mirroring what the 22's doing. And the 32's picked up on the 9's line and now haunting his bumper again.
Well, don't they have to change their lines as the tires wear out?
Sometimes it's a good idea to search around to see if you might be able to find a little bit more speed on the top side or, the middle of the track sort of speed, but not necessarily. Sometimes that fast line will stay that fast line for a while.
It matters the track. But
You
the
can
more laps,
You can see they're all staying just above that first seam in the corner, it looks like.
Right.
Oh, the 32 got a little loose behind the 9.
yeah, and Andrew Singleton's gonna close up right to John Houston almost. He's gaining and then he's losing and then he's gaining. So
Yeah, this race up front is really good, but it looks like, oh, the 32's into the wall. Just as I said that, the 32 bounces off the outside wall.
55.
55 looks like he's bringing it back onto the racetrack here. He may have had a little problem down
Yeah,
on
he
that
got a
back
little.
straightaway.
Yeah, he got a little bit squirrely.
Well, I'll tell you, this thing will definitely unload on you coming off the corner, and the more those tires wear, the more it unloads.
The thing about it is you don't want to let off that pedal, but you have to. And you don't normally want to, but if you don't, then it does that.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Nation. It's all about the throttle control off the corner, and if you stay in the mat, it's going to try to come around on you.
Right.
Looks like we got Hal Amy in that 3 car bringing up the rear of the field, but he's not letting the field go. I mean, he's in that old SS, but he's still keeping pace and not letting them go.
I got faith in Hal Amy.
Take a look at the car. Still don't look too bad. It don't look like he's put any more damage on it. I mean, the 3 car, it's still racy out there, so he's definitely out of this.
He hasn't used his fast repair yet, though, has he?
No, I doubt that he's used his fast repair.
Because he just scraped the wall there at the beginning. It wasn't a big deal.
Meanwhile, back up front, you can see that gap between 2nd and 3rd has opened up considerably, and the gap between 3rd and 4th has even opened up considerably as well. Adi, what do you think about that?
well, I really think Aiden Young used up his stuff and he got some damage, and I don't think Wade Houston's really there right now, speed wise, and I think he's just trying to ride. I mean, I think another caution's going to come out. We still have over 100 laps to go. There's plenty of time. But the one thing I find interesting, guys, is the guys up front running the low side. But I've seen some guys.
10's getting loose.
I've seen some guys in the back of the pack run the high side 1 and 2, like about 2 lanes off the wall. So they're just already searching around for speed. So do you think they burn through their tires early, or they're just trying to find speed early here?
Sometimes it's not about burning through your tires as much as it's just about finding the right tire management. And what I mean by that is they sometimes that tire management is what you're comfortable driving out there. If you don't want to push it and get loose off the corner, you might back it down a little bit more and say, hey, we can go, let's say we can go 40 laps on a tank of fuel, and this is just me guessing and not saying that we could go 40, but let's say we could. You might decide that you want to save your stuff and start pushing more toward the front in the last 15 laps of the run.
Yeah, definitely. And guys, already seeing these lap times slow down. We saw them qualify with about a 30. John Houston had a 38 lap time at the qualifying. Some people had a 36. Most of the field had a 36 area lap time. But the last time by, John Houston ran a 39.1. So, shortening 1 lap could make a big difference here.
Yeah, we got that 42 still up front. He's holding it by about 6 car lengths over the 22 of Andrew Singleton. Then we got to go a little ways back to the 3rd place driver here of Aiden Young. Aiden's doing a nice job. I think Aiden might just be working on tire management here.
Yeah, definitely, because we already think he ran through some of these tires. He went through the grass, has some damage, so I think he's happy to be where he is right now.
Yeah, and then after that, we got the 32 of Wade Houston running fourth here. Wade looked like he had a little trouble with the outside wall, but I don't think it damaged the car too bad, and he looks to be continuing on just fine.
Yeah, but the thing that's been impressing me is Andrew Singleton has been able to hold with John Houston. I mean, you see John Houston changed up his line a little bit in 1 and 2, and Andrew Singleton adjusted, and now he's running the same line. So
I'm
very
taking a look
interesting.
at our fifth place driver out here. He's all by himself, Richard Springer. The race car looks good. Believe it or not, I thought Hal Amy might be the only one in the SS, and I'm looking at our fifth place car, Richard Springer, and he's definitely in the SS.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and Richard Springer did get the pole, so that car definitely has a lot of speed.
Back behind him, we have the 16 headed to pit road right now. That's going to be Mike Springer. He's going to bring the In-N-Out Burger car to the attention of his crew down here on pit road. You think this is a scheduled or unscheduled? What do you guys think?
I think it's scheduled.
I think it's unscheduled. We're about almost 25 laps into this green flag run, and my calculations, they're not even halfway on fuel yet. So
Let's see. But I'm watching these cars go around, and some of them are getting a real lot squirrely in the turns. And
yeah, I just watched the 10 car straighten it out. That's Andelar in our 10. Is that who that is? Yes. Yeah.
10. Oh, Joseph Anduar, yep.
Yeah. He looked like that he just got it straightened up back there when I jumped on the camera view of him here on the broadcast. Behind him, we have the 57 of our Tuesday and Wednesday night broadcaster from American Sim Network, Mr. Matt Egan, driving that 57 car tonight. Matt looks like he's doing a good job in that Camaro ZL1. He's taking care of it. The car don't look like it's been abused too bad.
no, Matt's. I think he's just a surprising driver. I mean, he's like a sleeper. He's don't count him out.
Another thing that impresses me with how quick he can get into a car and be fast right away. I mean, we saw last week at Phoenix, didn't really ever practice the track, and he ran great there.
Here we go, guys. Leaders are coming down the pit
He's
road.
and he's sliding.
John
Houston got in a little hot, and that may have cost him a speeding penalty, guys.
Yeah, I think he's going to get a black flag for that.
But if it's a speeding, it would be a 15-second.
It'll be a 15-second hold on pit road here if that's the case. We'll have to watch them and see how long it takes them on pit road here.
Yeah, and guys coming down early. Do you think that's due to fuel or tires?
My guess would be tires.
42 now. They dropped him off the jack, and he is being held in the pits, it looks like, guys. So he got the 15-second speeding penalty.
That's not good.
He got it. The 22's leaving pit road now. After this cycle's through, I'd say the 22's probably going to be the leader of this race.
Yeah, and once we cycle through, but right now Wade Houston staying out. Oh no, he actually down pit road. My apologies. So as Richard Springer. So Andrew Singleton I believe should be the leader.
As this cycles out, the 22 may have a pretty sizable lead here. We'll have to wait and see. That was a costly mistake for that 42 car.
Yes, it was.
Pit road entrance right there.
And guys, if this thing goes green, I don't see him making up 15 seconds on Andrew Singleton. I mean, they just ran about the same pace for about 30 laps, so it's going to be very hard for him to make up those 15 seconds.
Now, we got just under 100 laps to go. I think there's going to be another caution or two in this one. I don't think we're getting out of here that easy tonight.
No, we're not.
Especially on that long run, guys, because the car gets very loose off of two, and I think that's where you're going to see most of the wrecks tonight.
Well, your top three have definitely changed here with Wade Houston, Springer, and Singleton showing at the top with Wade Houston in second, back by 7.6 seconds now.
Yeah, after that pit cycle, John Houston, just he's gonna fall all the way to the 4th position. But guys, something very interesting is he's only 12 seconds off of Andrew Singleton, and he actually probably gained time. Not gained time. He obviously lost 15 seconds, but he did gain 3 seconds somewhere.
That 10 car is of Joseph Andewar is riding in the 3rd spot here right now. He's 9.5 seconds off the leader. That's a nice pickup from him through those green flag pit stops. He worked a little bit of strategy here.
Yeah, and starting to get a bit of racing. Donald Shockley, my apologies, Mark Love, and John Snew are all very close. They're all going to be fighting for that 5th position. As it looks like Donald, he might look low on Mark Love here. Mark Love should get the run down the backstretch. Mark Love did have those issues. I think he got loose off at 2. But yeah, right now, Mark Love in 6th, Donald in 7th, and John Snew in 5th.
Yeah, I'm just getting back to there on the broadcast, that 55 doing battle there with the 86, I believe. And the 10 car of Donald Shockley has moved into that picture, or not the 10 car, but Donald Shockley and the 11 car has moved into that picture as well.
Who Vern also in that SS.
Is that an SS that the 11's in?
Yep. He's going to look low on Mark Love here. They're going to come up the track just a bit. Going to run about a lane off that bottom. Mark Love going to be almost to the wall on exit. He should get the run down the backstretch. Mark Love, you know, he qualified 2nd, missed grid obviously, but 17 seconds off these leaders, guys. He's going to need a caution if he wants to get anywhere close to Andrew Singleton.
Well, as you've seen from the 42 of John Houston, anybody can make a mistake on pit road. So, I mean, the 22, however many stops they got left here tonight's got to be perfect every time.
Yeah, because Wade Houston, a veteran, he is only 7 seconds back, and with a speeding penalty on entry, that will give you a 15 seconds add-on when you pit. But if you get if you speed on exit, that's a stop and go for 15 seconds.
All right, we're taking a look here at the top 5 again. Your leader is the 22 car of Andrew Singleton. 2nd's the 32 of Wade Houston. In 3rd, we now have the 42 of John Houston. It looks like he has picked up a spot and moved our 4th place driver of Joseph Andewar down a spot. John Senu has brought his car, his machine, up to the 5th position now.
Yeah. Great racing all through the field, but the closest battle I can find is Mark Love and Donald Shockley. And now Richard Springer going to look low on Donald Shockley. This is going to become a hard battle for 5th. Richard Springer a lot faster. He's definitely on new tires. Mark Love's going to move high, but Richard Springer is flying through this pack.
This battle right here is definitely the best on the track. The 55, the 8 car, and the 11 here are definitely putting on a great show for your viewers.
Yeah, and Mark Love going to try holding off that hard charging 8 car. Richard Springer, don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah,
As they dive down into 3 and 4. Mark Love going to run about a lane off the wall on exit. Looks like Richard Springer going to easily clear him. Mark Love high on exit. Going to open the door for Donald Shockley. Donald Shockley going to get to his quarter panel almost. He will drop in behind him. But guys, we got to keep eyes on Richard Springer because he's a lot faster than John Sanu right now. And he's also a lot faster than Joseph Andewar the 3rd. But he's 5 seconds back, so he needs to start going here.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a long time to go, so I don't know if it's go time yet, but you definitely don't want to put yourself out any further.
Look how much he gained right there. He's just gonna go right down.
Yeah,
he's passing
he's
him where he's
passing
catching
everybody.
him.
Of course, now he's using his equipment right now, so he's gonna fall back after he uses it up.
Yeah, but I really think, I mean, he is our pole sitter, so we know he has speed first of all. But moved into that 5th position. He's 5 seconds. He's almost 4 now off of Joseph Andewar the 3rd, and he's flying through this. I think he stayed out a couple extra laps. He had new tires, and it's obviously working. But he's not gonna. He does not have enough pace to catch John Houston. Talking about John Houston, looks like he's actually closed that gap by 2 seconds to our leader Andrew Singleton. Make it 10.9 now. So he's gained. Or do you think he's using up his stuff, or he's just faster?
I think he's just faster right now. I mean, I think he's found the feeling that he wants in the car. We know he's fast because he sat on the pole. And I think he's got the feeling he wants in the car, and he's out there wheeling it.
55 got a little bit loose right there.
Let's talk about this driver for a second, the 9 car of Aiden Young. I mean, he was in our top 5 before those pit stops there. And I look at him now, he's running 9th place, and he's
22.
Good gosh, he's 22 seconds behind the leaders.
Is that something this track does?
I would almost think that he made a mistake on pit road, kind of what we've seen happen to John Houston.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I would say that's what happened.
But
I don't know how this track works as far as putting the rubber down and where you got to go as far as going 20 laps.
It wasn't a huge field for one, and we're 64 laps into it, so they haven't really laid a lot of rubber down because honestly, what I've seen is the cars kind of been all over the place. They're not running the same groove, so to speak. So I don't think that it's an issue with them laying rubber down and having to move around their grooves right now.
Well, Fergie, you've run this track. How, right now, at this point in time, how would you run this track?
I'd run it whatever way I'm comfortable. I mean, that's
so
the
it
best
just
way to put
varies?
it. Yeah, and it may vary. I mean, I might feel comfortable running the car up above the second seam in the corner instead of the first seam. But traditionally at Michigan, I'm a first seam guy. Where you see that line down there in the corner under that 22 where he's running, that's my comfort zone.
But that does wear out, correct?
It can, but like I said, I don't think they have enough cars in the field and enough cars running down there to wear it out.
Okay. I didn't understand that part.
And also, not all the cars are running down low. So, it's not like they're all running on that bottom groove to even put, I think there's only about 6 to 7 cars running down there, but Aiden Young, he is going to try to fight back here. He's going to go low on Donald Shockley. Shockley's just going to give him the position. He knows he's clearly faster. Aiden Young going to come up, clear him by a car length. And now his next target is Mark Love. Let's see how quick he can run down Mark Love.
Yeah, Aiden Young in that 9 has definitely asserted himself up in this battle with Mark Love and Donald Shockley. Aiden's, again, I think something must have happened to him on pit road, and he's digging and fighting for everything he can get here.
Well, I think I got a lot of faith in Aiden Young. I think he'll get the most he can get.
Oh yeah, he's definitely he's one of the good wheelmen in the league in the series as far as that goes, and heck, he's Monday night or Tuesday night's K&N series winner at this same track.
Yeah, it was.
So we know that Aiden Young knows how to get around this track. Is the biggest question is did he hurt his chances during that pit stop so bad that he can't make this up?
Yeah, and talking about
I
Aiden Young,
think he
look
can
low on Mark Love.
Actually, there he goes.
I mean, if I'm Mark Love, you gotta worry about Donald Shockley, and you can't open the door. And Aiden's clearly faster, so no reason to hold Aiden Young up. Something amiss on Mark.
Whoa! He's
Mark
I don't know what he did right
he was dirt tracking down there to that infield there.
Yeah.
He had that baby hung out.
It.
I'm not sure what he was
he
doing
break.
on that corner exit.
Probably got built loose. I mean, in practice earlier.
He's loose there. He's loose there. You get that left side down under that seam, and you're not going to like the results of that on the corner exit.
Yeah, Aiden Young, he's looking pretty good right now.
And that 9 car is definitely, he's got that thing tuned up and going. And watching this 55 come off some of these corners, I'm not so sure we're not going to have a caution really soon here, guys.
I'd be surprised if we had a caution.
I'm going to jump up here and take a look at our third place car of Mr. John Houston, and I'm going to do it because I've been watching the leaderboard, and this 42 car's gaining on those 2 cars in front of him.
Yeah, it was 11 seconds earlier. He cut it down by 7/10. He's not gaining quick, though. Now he just, wow. Okay, so now it's down to 10 seconds flat, but he still has 10 seconds, 3 seconds on Wade Houston. John Houston turning fastest laps,
I've been
obviously.
watching this time since they left pit road, trickling down and down and down, and overall throughout the run, John Houston's picked up over 3 seconds on our leader.
So if
Well,
you're
Johnny's pretty
Andrew,
quick
right?
now.
If you're Andrew right now, Vern, what's going through your head? You don't want to see a caution, but you don't. There's too many laps for. Is there enough laps for John to run him down?
Well, here's the other side of that equation with the 22. His closest competitor, 7.4 seconds behind him. I doubt very seriously he's running that car as hard as he can. I think he's
Okay.
in gap management mode here, literally, and he's looking at the time and how far back they are, and it's not putting him in any. It's not putting him under any kind of pressure to pick up his lap time.
Yeah, and guys, John Houston, he's gonna bring that gap down to 9.9 seconds now. Let's see what it was this lap. Now he just gained another 3/10. He's definitely saved his tires because over the last couple laps, he's gained a lot more than he was before. 3/10 the last 2 laps. And if you guys look, closely in the corners on the stream, you guys can see that grip. You can see that darker stuff about on the inside, especially in 1 and 2. But you look
can
in 3 and
definitely see it building in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 as I'm watching the 32 go around here. The 32's been kind of holding at bay. He's not really losing to our leader, Andrew Singleton, but he's not gaining on him either. The gainer is definitely in that 3rd spot, that 42 car, John Houston. He's got it down to 9.3 seconds right now. He's just wheeling that thing. I'm pretty sure he's driving it for everything it's worth.
Right.
Meanwhile, let's take a look up here in the top 10 and jump on this 3 car, Mr. Hal Amy. He has been quietly working that car up positions. Nation, that's all I can say. He's been driving it up some positions here.
He's been, for a car he didn't normally drive to begin with. He's driving the tires off it.
Oh, you see him get a little loose in that SS.
Yeah,
in the
I saw
corner
it.
there. He held on to it, but I got a feeling that's why the rear of that car looks the way it does.
Yeah,
I think it might have caught the wall a time or two.
it has, and I'm still gonna pick him. I'm not gonna walk away.
Meanwhile, back in the top 5, that 9 car of Aiden Young has went around that 86 of John Sinu.
yeah, and he flew around him.
Aiden Young is driving the wheels off that car. He is getting everything, every inch of track, everything he possibly can out of that car tonight, guys.
This looks like Matt Egan's about to go a lap down.
Well, he's
Take a look
already
at
a
that.
couple laps down,
Oh,
guys.
Last time I checked,
thought
he
he-
was about 3 laps down. But
I thought he was
laps
still on the
down.
lead
make it
lap.
4 laps now.
There
Now
it
it's
is.
gonna go to 5 laps, Vern.
I'll tell you something, though. He might be going laps down, but that 57 car is clean and still looking good. I don't think he has a speck of dirt on his Camaro right now.
Guys, something to note: Mark Love
Oh,
did
the
come down.
57
Uh-oh,
clear
he
off the
ain't gonna
corner.
play with it.
He didn't want no part of going 4 laps down. He's fighting here.
And I mean,
Uh-oh.
you have to, because if a caution does come out, he gets 3 laps back. So if you're 1 lap down, another caution comes back, you get the luck.
Oh, I turned my excitement cam
So 5
on.
laps is big.
It went straight to this 55 car. We're going to watch him get sideways off the corner a few more times here. He's running back here in the 10th position, and he is just he's drove the wheels off that thing, literally.
Guys, something to note: everyone back, everyone from 7th back has pitted, so they're going to be a lot faster and getting a lot of time here. So you see that 10 car of Joseph Andujar gonna fly past John Snew, gonna fly past Aiden Young because he just has so much more rubber, and Mark Love's gonna try to run him down. He's also a new rubber.
Yeah, that 42 car coming to
Vern,
pit
where do
road
you
right now.
where do you see him?
Car.
Well, see, that's I was just going to ask you, where do you see him pitting?
He's coming to pit road right now. Looks like he got it slowed down this time. He was definitely a lot more conservative than the first time he hit pit road. And he may be short pitting a little bit here on our leader and trying to pick up even more time. So we'll have to see how this works out. This could be pretty interesting here.
Yeah, and it looks like Andrew Singleton's gonna come down pit road and respond to John Houston. He's going really fast. Bit of a wiggle out of him. Don't know if he's gonna get a speeding penalty. Don't think he will, but very
42
fast.
is being held on pit road again, guys.
Oh, damn it!
That's 2 times.
That's a race killer right
And
there.
there
That's
he
30
goes
seconds.
right there. That's 30 seconds in penalties he's going to have to overcome in this race here tonight.
Which would be that would be a lot of time under
Yeah,
green
and
flag.
when you do that twice, I mean it's frustrating. As a driver, I've been there, and I'm sure most of us have. And you see that 8 car is bringing it to the attention of his crew as the 22 car is pulling off pit road right now, guys. And John Houston didn't get out of pit road much farther advanced than our leader, the 22 car, did.
Yeah, I mean 30 seconds of race time, Brent. That's a lot of time.
That's frustrating.
That's close to a lap around this place.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
close to a lap, and that would be why the leader pulled off pit road not long after the 42 that come in 3rd place. And mind you, he had cut that advantage that the leader had down considerably during the green flag run.
Right.
Hal Amy down pit road, currently in that 5th position. His closest competitor, Mark Love, just now going into 3. Hal Amy still on pit road, though. Mark Love coming out of 4. Should be interesting to see who beats who here. Hal Amy starting to roll, but here comes Mark Love. It looks like he'll get that position. Mark Love, it's showing Mark Love in 3rd, guys. Don't know how he got there, but yeah.
I've got him in 3rd on my board. It's showing him 18 seconds behind our leader, Andrew Singleton. But here's what I find interesting, and it's the 32 car of Wade Houston. Guys, if you remember before that pit, Wade Houston was 7.5 seconds, 7.5 seconds behind our leader,
Yes, sir.
Andrew Singleton.
Yeah.
And he's up here just, almost within a second of our leader now. So I'm not sure if he might have did some strategy like 2 tires or whatever. Might have been playing a little strategy here.
You think that would be a good idea?
No.
I know you, Ron.
I mean, he lost 3/10 that lap.
Yeah, I'm not a 2-tire guy. I'm just uncomfortable with it. Give me 4 and I'm happy. But he's losing so much time that I would almost bet you he tried 2 tires here.
I mean, 2 tires is about 8 seconds of race time, so that would make sense.
Yeah, I would almost bet that he did 2 tires, and I'm betting you right now, if you were inside his head, you would hear how angry he is with himself.
Yeah, that time lost 7/10 of race pace right there.
We're moving back here to the 55 of Mark Love, and he is about ready to get a whole door full of the 42 of John Houston working down underneath of him.
And guys, if John Houston does not have those 2 15-second penalties, he's out in front right now by 9 seconds.
Yeah, John is 21.5 seconds behind our race leader, Andrew Singleton, right now. And you're exactly right. I mean, Adi hit the nail on the head. And as I say that, I look, and Adi has disappeared from the broadcasting channel.
Where did Adi go?
I don't know where Adi went.
Yeah. And looks like that 8 car, Richard Springer, gonna fly around
There's
Mark
Adi.
Oh.
Love.
Yeah, the 8 car is going to take the 55 too. I'm not sure if the 55 might have tried a little strategy on his pit stop there, but it doesn't look like it's working out too well for him now. Meanwhile, back up front to this 22 car, the paint scheme that Nation admires so well. What can you say? I mean, he's got a 3.5 second lead over second place Wade Houston. He's 21.7 seconds on what could be the fastest car in the field with that 42 of John Houston.
Dude, he's flying. I mean, he's absolutely flying.
So guys, just getting some information from some drivers, and it's looking like some drivers who pitted early there might need to come down pit road twice. So this could become a fuel mileage.
You definitely hate to see that for them guys. I mean, you work that fuel strategy and that pit strategy in your head to try to get advantages on the track. And I've seen a couple of cars that did it because of the time they picked up, but sometimes you pay the price for it by making an extra pit stop for fuel.
Yeah, Hal Amy, he is a lap down, but a lot of speed out of him as he's in the pass Mark Love.
We'll jump to that 3 car, and he's just been wheeling that thing. I think he pitted, and he may even use the fast repair. The car don't look like it's as bent up as it was before the pit stops there.
No, he definitely
But
used
look
it.
at that 9 car closing in the picture and going to Mark Love's outside and closing up on that 3 car right now.
Yeah, he's gonna fly, and I mean fly around Mark Love, struggling to find grip here.
And that 3
Yeah,
car,
Hal's car's
that 9 car is going to be none other than our 5th place driver of Aiden Young. He's going to work the bottom of the 3 here, and the 3 is going to let him go coming into the corner.
No, that's Hal. I mean, that's the way he is.
Well, he's seen how fast the 9 closed on him, and he wasn't
Exactly.
going to do anything to hold the 9 up. And the 9 has been, he's had his share of problems on pit road, and he's been battling back from that as well.
Like to mention, though, that Hal Amy paint job, I don't know who did that, but that's a nice paint job.
Funny.
Yeah. I don't know if you could pat your own back any harder there, Nation. You could
I was
try.
trying.
I think you'd knock the wind out of yourself.
Damn.
I thought
I'm
the guy
just
who
saying.
did that was a jerk.
Hal's not really letting that 9 car go too far in front of him.
No,
And
not. He's right. He's not breaking.
I'm impressed with what these SSs have really been able to do tonight. And speaking of that, we're going to go to our 4th place driver here of Mr. Richard Springer. And I'm telling you, he's not too far behind the 42 of John Houston, and I'm not sure that he's not catching him here.
Yeah, and guys, sorry, but a quick update on Driver of the Day. Do not forget to vote for your. Who do you guys think should get the Driver of the Day right now? Matt Egan leading this thing once again with 3 votes, and looks like Mark Love picked up 1. So right now we're 3-1 the fan vote.
All right. We got them fans out there watching tonight. Make sure you vote. Put your vote in for Driver of the Day. That's a pretty important privilege, and looks like Matt Egan's on his way to taking two in a row.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
I think he's going to try to match my 11 my 11 total. I didn't win 11 in a row, but I've won a total of 11 Driver of the Day awards.
Well, Vern, if he was to do that, he would have to win every one this season because he did not race Daytona.
You're right.
So he can't beat it, but he can tie it.
This is one of the best battles going on the track right here. Is the 42 and the 8 car. The 42 I know is in the Camaro ZL1, and I know for a fact that 8 car is running the SS.
The SS.
What can you say? I mean, the SS is still got it, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, the pole sitter was in an SS. Hal's been wicked fast. And I believe that number 10.
I'll tell you
Oh,
what, just
Joseph.
watching that 8 car, the way he works off the corner is different. Watch the 42 off the corner and watch the 8. You see the 8 taking a higher arc into the corner here. And he's going to get it right down close to that seam, and it's like he's getting a stronger run off the corner.
Now, Vern, is that car or driver?
That's driver. That's driver. I mean, he's just using a higher arc. Down here in 2, he looks like he's coming down and using that seam to help turn his car off the corner. You can see it right here on exit, and he definitely is. He's getting down below that seam, and that's helping to, where the car's wanting to push off the corner, getting those left sides under that seam's helping rotate his car, and it's working for him.
But isn't that tearing your tires up faster?
Not necessarily. If you can use that system right, he's gaining on the 42. There's no doubt about it. He's cut the distance in half. Whatever he's doing is working. Meanwhile, I think the 42 may have the wind knocked out of his sails. He's kind of stagnant back here at 22 seconds, and he hasn't really gained on our leader.
But, guys, I've been noticing Richard Springer. He's been flying around this place. And, you think Richard Springer has anything for John right now?
I'm going to say yes. I mean, I've been watching this battle. We all have for, what, a good 5-6 laps here. And that 42 is getting a lot bigger to that 8 car's windshield. I mean, he's coming back to the 8 car. Their running times comparable to the leader, Andrew Singleton. Both of them are, but that 8 car may even be the fastest car on the racetrack right now. Look how close he gets entering these corners. He's just getting a monster run down the straightaway. That's what it takes here. I mean, this is a guy that's really been searching the racetrack to find a line, and he found something that worked, and he's using it. Meanwhile, let's not forget about this guy right here, Mr. Aiden Young, driving that 9 car. Aiden has himself.
Yeah, he ain't gonna leave the picture.
He's about 5 seconds behind that battle of John Houston and Mr. Richard Springer.
How many more pits do you think they have?
But I'll tell you,
at least one.
Aiden's got a bumper full of Hal Amy in that 3 car.
But guys, also quick update on the driver of the day. Matt Egan up to 4, Mark Love up to 2, and John Houston up to 1. So that's starting to heat up.
You have to be impressed with this guy right here, Nation. You have to. This
I'm very impressed.
As fast as we know Aiden Young to be, the driver of that 9 car, this 3 car is just riding right with him here.
I wish he was on the
That's
lead.
my boy right there, man. I mean, I know he's a good driver, and he gets some bad breaks, but I don't know.
I had to do it. I had to get on the 55 and watch him dirt track it off the corner, and he didn't let me down coming out of 2. He had it sideways, and we'll see how he does coming out of 4 here, but it's not going to surprise me to see him hang it out a little bit.
Yeah, and as we are talking about Mark Love, we see a lot of action on pit road.
Yeah, pit road's going to start getting busy now. We're getting close to lap 100, but I'll be honest with you. I don't think these guys are going to be able to go the rest of the distance from here. I think he has to make another pit stop. You're talking about 52 laps.
Yeah, but Vern, if he realized he was not going to be able to make it on fuel, would it be smart to split this in half?
Either that or, I mean, honestly, you could get close enough to that window that if you save fuel from the beginning of the run to now, you may be able to do this you may be able to make one more stop to where he's going to have to make 2. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I mean, a good example of it, and speaking of it, would be the 42 of Mr. John Houston. Remember, I said he's not really gaining. He wasn't losing a lot, but he wasn't gaining on the leader on the track like he had the time before.
Yeah, it probably just because the track's changing and
I think he was saving fuel.
oh, but even if he
The
if
42 has yet to be on pit road.
Yeah,
The
it should be-
8 car has yet to be on pit road. The 9 car
Amen.
has yet to be on pit road. I think these guys are playing strategy. It's going to be interesting. I mean, when did Singleton come down pit road 2 laps ago now? 3 laps ago?
I believe so, yes.
He's 17 seconds.
He won't be able to make it on fuel. There's no way he can go that
He
long.
can't go that distance on fuel. That's exactly right. And if these guys get another 4 or 5 laps in, much as I hate to say it, guys, they can make it.
Go.
This
Let
is
me go.
definitely a strategy. Meanwhile, back on the farm, we're going to go to the 8 car here. I thought we were going to the 8. I must have clicked the wrong button.
That's
Now we're going to
okay.
the 8. We got our 8 car, Mr. Richard Springer, driving that SS. Second place right now. He's 1.283 or 1.4 seconds back off John Houston.
Vern, just getting some updates. With a full tank of fuel, apparently you can go about 31 laps around Michigan. So that would be it would. I don't know if he could save that many laps.
Well, let's
It's
go to the 9 car of Aiden Young here, and let's just see if that's something that they're doing. Let's take a look. Nope, Aiden's going to bring it down pit road right now. Let's see how this works here. He's getting it slowed down. Looks like he got it slowed down here. Maybe even in first gear, he's got it wound up pretty good, about $7 grand. Gonna bring it down pit road nice and smooth here. This is pretty cool. I think we're going to watch this pit stop so the viewers can see how this works. Going to bring it right down to his sign. You can see he's got a sign that looks completely different than everyone else out there. That way he doesn't miss his pit box. Right sides are up. Crew's working on the car. Left sides are up. Down and he's off. And that's a pit stop here at Michigan Speedway.
Really wasn't a bad one at all.
Vern, if we go on board, oh, bit of a wiggle out of 42. Maybe we could see if he's shutting the car down or coasting.
I don't know. As we're watching that 9 come off the corner, that 3 car was definitely, he's sliding it sideways now. I believe the 3 car might have been doing some dirt track racing there, gentlemen.
Damn it.
Going back up front, we got our leader, John Houston, with Richard Springer behind him, and these guys are still on the racetrack. They're still on the racetrack.
Vern, John has to be saving because, I mean, the leader, who is Andrew Singleton, this strategy might not work out for because he's only about, what, 9 seconds back now, and they both need to pit one more time.
Yeah, the 22 car's definitely coming in a heartbeat. And the 42 car's coming on pit road right now. We've seen him make 2 other stops tonight, and he sped both times. Let's see what happens here. I mean, the pit road has cost him the race tonight, period.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't know if those are stupid mistakes or just stupid accidents.
See, it looks like a pretty good stop from my point of view.
Yeah, it looked like
That was kind of redundant, wasn't it?
Well, that second stop looked like he had kind of got on pit road pretty good, too. The first stop, I knew he was going to get held because he was way too hot coming down.
Yeah,
This time it
he
was
come in
good.
there hot.
The stop was good. He come in 4 tires, and he's right back out, so there was no hold on pit road. I guess 1 out of 3 is not bad.
It's not good
really,
either.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
that's
Richard
going to
Springer.
take us to our leader, our pole sitter, that 8 car of Mr. Richard Springer.
Now,
He's
could
up
he
by about-
make it that far?
These guys are definitely on a different strategy. I know that you said 31 laps on a tank of fuel. I don't know, Adi. I really don't without driving the car. But it
Well, I asked him.
looks like I heard him downshift, and he's going to bring
Oh.
it down. Oh, looks like Hal Amy lost it on pit road.
He'll get it back going straight.
Whew,
But
thankfully there weren't no officials standing down there when he did it.
Yeah, he's exactly right.
guys, if they can only really go 31 laps, though, they're gonna have to save. They're gonna have to save about 14 laps at least.
Well, I mean, if you look at the last time they stopped to now, I believe they saved that much to get here. So,
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they pulled it a lot farther than 31 laps on the last run.
Do you know how many laps?
I can't tell you when they were in.
Oh,
I don't have
it
that
was-
app open, but it was definitely more than 31 laps.
Yeah, it was. I'm going to say 40 something.
40 to 42 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was.
That's what they're gonna need. They're gonna need about 43 laps.
I think that's absolutely, and I think that was based off John Houston's numbers and not even Richard Springer. I think Springer might be able to go a little bit farther.
Well, he did say out that extra lap. So a lap here at a 2 mile track, that's an extra 2 miles of fuel. So big for him.
Well, but here's the downside to it, and especially if we get a caution here. Let's take a look at where the 8 car is now that he's come back. Where's he at? I know John Houston's on the lead lap, 29 seconds behind the leader.
First car lap down.
And we got the 8 car is not even on the lead lap. He's
One lap down.
he's a lap down, but where's he at to the 22? I believe he's just behind the 22 here. He is. The 22's working back here. I can't see who that is behind the 22, but I will in a second. Oh, it's the 55 of Mark Love. So the 22's right here with the 55 of Mark Love, and Richard Springer's just behind them working, trying to catch up to him.
Yeah, Mark Love 2 laps down. Really needs to get that to 1 lap down if he wants any shot to get back on that lead lap. But I don't know if that 8 car's saving because he's catching these guys really quick.
Well, that 8 car's not saving. He's digging. Look at him put it to the outside here. He's going to take not one, but 2. See you guys later. I got to go. It's time to rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, we're down to 40 laps to go.
Strategy.
Let's see if Mark Love.
That was all strategy from the 8 and the 42. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, but we know the 22 needs to come down one more time. The 8 can make it. That's gonna put him ahead of the 22. You'd have to think.
Well, I mean, just since I've been on this battle up here, I'd noticed John Houston was almost 30 seconds behind the leader. He's picked up 5 seconds already.
You think it's possible?
That 22 come in way before these guys did. And
Well,
he
he
done
is doing
come
too
out
far.
and put some burning on his tires. But
So he's going to have to go in.
I think the 22's not at full song. I don't think he's got the thing down to the floor because I think he's forced to save more fuel because of what they did.
That
But
would be
Vern,
cool.
I don't think there's any possible way he can make it that far. I mean, he pitted around a lap 100.
The 22 could shut his motor off on the straightaways, and he's not going to make it that far.
Exactly.
I don't know why, if he's backing it down, that he would here, but it's not really. It's the wrong time to do it. There's no advantage to it. John,
Am I reading this right? Is he 8.6 seconds ahead?
He's
Yeah, of
9
Wade Houston.
I got him
9.2.
9.4 ahead of Wade Houston.
Pulling away from him. But John
Pulling
Houston
away
only.
from him.
Oh! Mark Love loses it off at 2. He's going to save it.
Yep, we're on him now. I see. This is the second time I've seen this car come from that inside wall there.
You know,
Almost
in
the same exact spot.
I asked him if he wanted to go race. You know, we had a practice up earlier. I asked him, "Hey, you want to race? You know, have some fun?" And he's like, "No, I got to practice saving it off at 2." And he went out and he purposely wrecked it off of 2 a couple times just to make sure he could save it. And he's obviously used that a couple times here tonight. So,
Well, John Houston has got that lead down to 23 seconds now. But the thing about that is Houston was catching Singleton faster than that, because I think Singleton was back down trying to save some fuel there.
well, also, John Houston might be just, keeping his tires under him, saving some gas, and just managing that gap.
You see the 22 working the outside of the 3 car here, Hal Amy. And I'm not so sure if he was working by Hal or if Hal's trying to work by him. Looks like he was getting Hal cleared here. This is the car I want to keep an eye on for a minute. This 8 car Richard Springer. And the reason I'm bringing him up again is because not only did he get around our leader, he's drove off and left him.
But also, Vern, him and John are on the same strategy. So if he can make it and John can make it, he's going to need to find a way past John Houston.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. But I can tell you, based off his speed, that he's been turning laps quite a bit faster than them first 2. We got Wade Houston. We haven't talked about him for a while in the 32 car here. Wade's running 2nd place. He's been really quiet, 10 seconds behind, keeping about the same gap. Hasn't really gotten bigger, hasn't really gotten smaller. So what do you think about this?
Nation.
Well, I've already mentioned his paint scheme is awesome, but I mean, what does somebody have for the leader? I mean, is the leader going to have to pit and then lose all his positions? Or I don't know.
Well, it's not really about that as much as it's about when somebody pits. It's not, do you have to pit, because obviously you do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
When you pit, what are you going to accomplish? Adi heard a rumor that it was 31 laps on a tank of fuel, right? So if there was 60 laps to go in a race, that's going to be what? 1 pit stop.
Yeah, that's what I
It'd be one.
It'd be 1 pit stop. So if there's 90 laps left, then you got what? 2 pit stops, right?
Right.
So let's take that 60 laps or 50 laps, whatever it was when we started talking about this.
Right.
And what if a guy could run 12 or 13 more laps on that tank? And he could do that twice.
That's 1 fuel run.
That's a fuel run. Exactly.
But
Not
you have
doing
to
it
make
once,
sure.
Doing it twice. That's precision throttle control. It really
Yeah,
is.
but don't your
But
tires
Vern-
wear out before your fuel?
No.
Not here.
No, not at a track like Michigan. This place isn't really a shredder on tires.
Okay.
But Vern, that strategy goes out the window if you can't keep. It doesn't matter if you can save that much fuel if you can't
we
keep.
got a problem there. It was a blue car. Mark Love again. He is having a heck of a time off of turn 2. Looks like this time he's going to keep it on the apron. And he may bring that thing down to pit road and get him 4 tires put on here.
And talking about Mark Love, we'll take a look at the driver of the day. He's actually tied with Matt Egan with 6.
He
Matt
had
Egan
a rough
with
pit road
6.
entry here. He weebled, and he wobbled, but it don't look like he fell down.
As long as you don't fall down.
That's all that matters. I mean, he didn't fall down, so he'll be okay here. I think he's going to go down there and make them put 4 sticky tires, not stickers, sticky tires.
Sticky Mickeys.
Because he has been struggling getting off turn 2 all night long.
Well, he's got his right side up.
Meanwhile, back towards the farm. We're back on the 42 here running 3rd. He has cut that lead down by over 10 seconds. He's now 19 seconds behind your leader, Mr. Andrew Singleton. And he's only about 8 seconds behind 2nd place Wade Houston.
Yeah, but Vern, if I'm Andrew, Singleton, I gotta come down pit road soon here, because the more I stay out, the more I'm losing time. But when he comes back out, it's gonna be very interesting to see that speed difference.
Here's the thing that I'm looking at. I've been watching the speed difference and the time that not only John Houston's been able to make up on him, but also Mr. Richard Springer. And I'm going to tell you that if that gap remains the same between when these two stop, that 42 and that 8, even if they made the same amount of pit stops, may be able to catch him.
So that far back?
Look at the time they've gained. 32 Wade Houston on pit road. 32's on pit road.
Yeah, he's gonna try short pitting that number 22 machine of Andrew Singleton. But guys, will that force Andrew Singleton's hand here and make him come?
I think it will. I do. 10 seconds isn't going to take Wade very long to make up on him here. I mean, he was 10 seconds down when he brought it down pit road, so that's not going to take Wade very long to make that up.
And on old tires, you're about 2.5 to 3 seconds tops off
We
the
see
pace.
the 22. I believe he's coming in right now. 22 is going to bring it down the pit road right now. So this may
is
have
a money
worked
stop.
This may have worked into the 42 and the 8 car's hand right here. I think this might have worked right into their hands. We're at lap 123, so we know that this is going to be the last stop for the 22, and that was definitely the last stop for the 32. But
Yeah, and he's been. Oh, sorry.
But the question is, will the 42 and the 8 stop again?
Well, also, it should be interesting to see where Andrew Singleton comes out on pit road to see how far behind he is. Because even if he's running 2 seconds faster, Vern, if he's like 40 seconds, 30 seconds back, I don't think he'll be able to get there.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, there's again a couple of these guys obviously are running a different strategy. Guys, the 42 car's leaving pit road right now.
So he's not going to be able to make it on fuel.
He wasn't attempting to make it on fuel. I'm wondering how many tires he took, though. I didn't get onto it quick enough.
I didn't
Same
either.
here. But Richard Springer will take
Coming
the
up to
lead.
speed now. You're right. That's going to hand this lead over to the 8 car, Richard Springer.
Now, is it possible Richard Springer to go that far on gas? I mean, it's 25 more laps around here. That's 50 miles.
I think even if he did, that the 22 is still going to be able to catch him. And as we say that, the 8 car is bringing it to the attention of his crew right now.
But also something to look at here, guys. Aiden Young also down pit road.
Yeah, I don't think they could stretch it on fuel. Maybe, who knows? I mean, maybe the first time around, Houston and the 8 were just hoping a caution would come out.
Yeah, we hadn't had a caution in a long time.
Take a
So-
look at Wade Houston right here. You want to see a driver with a high I rating? You're looking at him right here. Wade's running second. No, third right now. He's 8.2 seconds behind. Well, this is going to change and work out because I believe the 8 car has brought it to pit road.
Yep.
Guys, I do not see Andrew Singleton track currently.
And here
Wade
comes
Houston just took the lead.
drivers. I believe the 22 may have disconnected.
Yeah, that's going to put Wade Houston in the league. John Houston 10 seconds behind. That changes everything.
Yes, it does. Yeah, your new leader. I'm not sure what happened with the 22, but your new
He fell through.
Your new leader's the 32 of Wade Houston.
That is
Yeah, he fell through. Is what it's saying.
shocking. Now it's going to come down to John Houston. I mean, 30 seconds of race pace. He's going to need to make up, and he's going to need to make up 10 more here with just 22 laps left in this thing. Let's see how much he gains this lap. He just gained 6/10, so he's gonna need to pick that up to at least, or actually, to my calculations, if he can get it up to 8/10 a lap, he'll be to Wade Houston.
Well, the thing is, I mean, John's tires aren't that much fresher than Wade's are. So
Wade pitted before John,
yeah, but what, 2 laps?
but that gives John the advantage.
Yeah, he'll have a slight advantage, but it's not going to be that big of an advantage, Adi.
True.
I had 2-lap-old tires last night and still held the field off in the trucks.
Well, Vern, you're Vern Bradley.
It don't matter who I am.
Anyway, yeah, John Houston digging into that gap. It would be a heck of a comeback if he could somehow wheel that thing to the lead. I mean, that's storybook if he could.
Yeah,
30 seconds of race time.
we ain't in the car yet, but I will guarantee you he's giving it everything he's got right now.
Oh, he got nothing to lose except the race, but he ain't winning
See
it right
how
now.
close he's getting to that wall out of 4. And that lead is coming down. I mean, we're at 8.8 seconds right now.
7/10 a lap. He's picked it up, and if I'm Wade Houston, I gotta go. Matt Egan coming back on track with new tires. That's gonna hurt Wade Houston.
You talk about sending it, just listen to how these tires are squealing going through the corner. He's sending it, boys. He's not backing it down for nothing right here. He's hungry. He wants this win. Wade Houston has the spot. John Houston wants it. It's down to 8.1 seconds now.
7/10 a lap's gonna do it, Vern.
Yeah, 7/10 a lap will definitely put him there. But you got to almost think that, let's watch Wade. I'll bet Wade's not working. Wade's got a lot of damage on the right front. Just when I get on the camera and I look here, I got a fender in my face. That's not good. John Houston is steadily closing. And you can see Wade's not saving nothing. He's driving the wheels off of it.
You think he has enough time?
Yes, I do. Michigan's a big track, and 18 laps is a long way.
He needs at least 6.5 a lap, and he will get there. If he can keep it at 7/10. Yeah.
And Wade Houston did everything he could to keep it off the wall coming out of 2 there, guys. And you can see he's done pounded the wall pretty good with that right side once.
If John Houston can somehow win this race.
Still bringing it. And he's bringing it fast.
You think honestly, you think John can catch him?
That leads down to 7.3 seconds right now.
I'll tell you, he's Superman if he can win this race.
It's not impossible. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
If he does it, I'll buy him a cape.
Well, if that 32 gets in the wall one more time, get your money out. I've been doing this a lot of years. If I didn't think it was possible, I wouldn't say it was.
I know, that's why I ask you.
It would be back in the back of this farm here. We have the 3-car Hal Amy, who has worked his way up into the top 8 nation, the top 8.
Hell yeah.
John Houston's got that lead down to 6.566 seconds, guys. 6.566 seconds.
It would be.
He's got Hal Amy in the 3 working on him, though.
Yes,
Hal's working.
I
know you might be trying to catch a leader, but I'm trying to get a lap back, so you might want to move over and let me go.
That's my boy.
And Hal putting it on the bottom, fresher tires. You want to talk about hashtag send it? Let's go back to Hal and Pocono last season in the K&N car.
I don't even want to talk about that.
John Houston disappeared. He's back now, but he was gone, I promise you. Oh, that was close. Hal slid her out there. I think John's getting a little nervous racing around him here. He's like,
you can't mess with a paint job like that.
But okay.
Again, I don't know who painted it. I was just saying.
If you pound yourself any harder, you're going to knock the wind out of yourself.
But guys, if Hal Amy, I mean, if I'm John Houston, I let Hal Amy go. Let him go put the pressure on Wade.
This is
Yeah.
Here's the sad story right here. I'm watching the 22 of Andrew Singleton come back out onto the racetrack.
Yeah, he said his power just went out.
Man, that's terrible. He had his first win at WFO
Yeah.
Racing wrapped up tonight.
Yeah,
really
he did,
did.
and his power went out, and that's, you know, that's not good. But
that 22 has been the class of the field tonight. No mistakes that we've seen from him on pit road. It's really a shame to see that happen.
absolutely.
I mean, I think Hal got by, but 3/10 is not going to cut it, guys.
No, it's like I said, maybe Wade wasn't pushing it as hard as what John was there. And Wade knew when it was time for him to go. But we still got, 13 laps here. Anything can happen in 13 laps after all this.
Yes, sir.
WFO Racing League. We might have a car flip over top the wall.
Now, if it don't happen, then you aren't going wide open.
Well, if we do, I can come back here to this 55 and see if he starts dirt tracking it again, and that might be a caution. We'll get us a green-white checker or something.
Hell, he's down 4 laps.
4 laps don't have nothing to do with how he dirt tracks it off the corner there.
Yeah.
I don't
Nation,
care if
he's still
down
going to be...
50. He's still on the track. He can still contribute to a caution. John Houston's got that lead down to 5.7 seconds now.
Yeah, 5.794.
I just don't think he's been gaining on him enough. Oh, 55 got a little squirrely. Thought we were going to see a caution.
6.74.
Do you want a caution, Bert?
I don't know. Tighten the field up. Gives a little bit of a short run to make it exciting. What do you guys think?
That's what I think. I think that would be great.
I think if
I don't want to see anybody get wrecked out.
I think if I was the admin of the race, I'd just throw a competition caution at lap 140 here.
That's what I would do if I was an admin.
Meanwhile, back up front by 5.4 seconds over John Houston is the 32 of Wade Houston. Honestly, this 32 car's been a great car all night. He hasn't made mistakes on pit road. He maintained the gap to the 22 most of the night. And limiting mistakes contributes to what?
Winning.
Winning, exactly. So you can't take anything away from the 32. You just, in a way, you got to feel bad for John Houston, but he did it to himself.
Well, yeah, but
Back-to-back speeding penalties on pit road. You got to manage that pit road.
But you still have 9 laps, and Mr. Wade Houston could always make a mistake.
Yeah, a 5-second lead with 9 laps, you'd have to make a pretty big mistake here to not win this.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. I'm not rooting for either one. I'm just saying it could happen.
And going back to third place, our 9 car of Mr. Aiden Young, this is exciting, and I'll tell you why. Aiden made a mistake, and I looked at him at one time. He was all the way back, hanging barely onto the top 10, right?
Right.
This race has went green from there on, and Aiden has worked his way all the way back up to the top 3.
Aiden's good at long green flag runs.
He's driving it.
I seen Houston got a little squirrely there.
Well, I can tell you right now, if I'm John Houston,
Mike.
I'll hang that thing sideways.
Got a little bit sideways. Because I'm on him right now.
He's 4.5 seconds behind our leader, Wade Houston, the 32. And he's wheeling it.
It's doable. Nothing's impossible, but unlikely.
Adi,
He's cut that time down to
Robert Adi, if you're in that 42 car, what are you doing right now?
Praying for a caution, and I am, I'm sending it. Yep.
You're sending it. I mean, that's all you can do. Just send it.
You're gonna call up Hal Amy and ask him how to do it.
Or
Oh, damn.
or just call up Hal Amy and say, hey, buddy, can you bring me out a caution for me real quick here?
No. You gotta ask Mark Love that.
Well, meanwhile, back on the farm with Mark Love, we're going to see if he's dirt tracking it again. This is Hal's, or not Hal, but this is John Houston's best chance of a caution right here.
Very unlikely.
That 55 hangs her out up here off of turn 2 and can't save it. We're going to have a caution, boys. Let's just see how he drives it off the corner here. He's keeping it up there in the middle, so it's less likely he's going to come around on it up here. But yeah, he's nice and straight off the corners. I think John can give up hope of this happening.
I mean, unless if something very bad happens to Wade, I think he will steal this win.
Wade Houston would have to have 4 flat tires with 5 laps to go in a 4-second lead not to win.
And he's a black hooker on the way.
We're not going that route tonight, Nation.
Just saying.
I mean, four flats, or maybe him getting caught in the wall might be the only way that Houston's got a chance right now. I think he radioed back and said, Houston, I'm out. I'm gone. And he's gone. He's 4 seconds up ahead of him. Anybody want to change your predictions?
Nope.
All right.
Hell, Amy.
I'm going to tell you right now, that 32 car is going to win it. He does have damage on that right front. Don't get me wrong, John Houston's still coming. There just ain't enough time.
3 laps.
Got 4 to go on my race board here. 42's 3.516, 3.266 seconds back. Oh, you see him get a little wiggly coming out of 2.
Yeah, he did.
He's still driving that thing for everything that it's got.
You guys got a copy on?
Yeah, we can hear Yachty.
Sorry, I had a mic issue there. But, yeah, guys. I mean, would you guys... I would be shocked if John Houston could catch Wade Houston.
He's 2.8
Nice, 2.9.
seconds, 2.7 seconds behind him right now. I'll tell you one thing. Even if he doesn't catch him, that was one heck of a run to try.
Fuck yeah, it was.
He's 2.5 seconds back right now. I mean, he's just drove the wheels off that thing. This last, 27 lap run.
Yeah.
He's
He
getting a
may
little bit
have help
squirrely.
from a teammate. Ladies and gentlemen, Hal Amy is working on getting him a lap back here. That 3 car worked his way up to 7th place, and he is hunting Wade Houston down. I know Hal. He's saying, here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Get you some.
There's 2 to go, and Hal wants one of those laps back. What do you think, Nation? That's a good-looking 3 car.
It is a very good looking 3 car.
Well, pat yourself on the back again. Might have to go see a doctor.
I'm gonna have to go see the
All
chiropractor.
those back injuries you're giving yourself. All right, we're on the final lap right here. We're going to jump on with the 32 car Wade Houston. And we're going to go on an in-car camera. And we're going to let Wade Houston bring us to the checkered flag here at Michigan Raceway. He shut his car off and he's coasting it. What did he do that for? You think he's low on fuel?
You might be out of fuel.
Now he's got it going again, and he's going to win it by 1.6 seconds.
It's cool.
And he's drifting it in the corner now. That was pretty cool to see. All right. What do you think of the race tonight, guys?
Dude, I think it was awesome. It really was. I mean, that was some good racing. My dog didn't win, but I don't care.
Mr. Houston, and Mr. Young in our staging area here.
And yeah.
Who got driver of the day?
Yes, and who got driver of the day?
The race is not over on stream yet, so you gotta check.
I think it was Matt.
I don't know. I have to go back and look because he voted for himself on a couple accounts, which I'm not allowed.
All right, I need you to investigate that real quick. I'm going to bring us to our winner. We want to do the winner first? Yeah.
No, we usually do third place first.
We can do it backwards, though. He won the race. Why should we hold him up all night?
All right, not a problem.
So we're going to, Nation, I'm going to let you handle the 32 of Wade Houston here. Let me move him up into us.
All right.
What did I do with him? Oh, I'm
just drag him up here.
Admin boardroom.
Whoops.
Let me try this again. We are in the broadcasting channel. Wade Houston, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I do, Vern.
All right.
Wade Houston, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Wasn't expecting that to happen tonight.
Dude, you drove the tires off it, man. How do you feel?
You know, I feel all right. We kind of fought probably about a 4/10 of deficit there with that right front damage. It was kind of pushing, so I had to dial back my brake bias a little bit too, but I just had no straightaway speed, so it wasn't looking to be a fun night for probably about 9/10 of that race.
So you had a little bit of a hard time.
Yeah, we kind of got set back early on. I think Garrett either got loose or touched us there and sent me through the grass, and I accidentally burned up my quick repair under that yellow there, and I was looking to save it just in case something like that happened later on. But, yeah, I had no chance to fix probably about 37 to 40 seconds worth of damage that whole last stint there.
But you won, so, I mean, dude, we were watching you, and really, that was some good driving.
Yeah, thanks. I definitely want to give it to Andrew. He deserved the win. I mean, he wiped us clean tonight. He was definitely really fast. You know, the only way he was going to be beat is probably on strategy, and even at that, short pitting only got you right to his back bumper, and he was off again. So it was definitely fun racing, and it sure was a long race. I got to wring out my shorts after that one.
That's perfectly understandable. Do you have anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank just the people I race with. Chad Presnall has been one of my buddies for a long time. We practice together when we can, but Horsch Graphics is on board this year. He's a vinyl graphics guy out in New Ulm, Minnesota. He does pretty much anything, billboards, trucks, and I just want to give a huge shout out to him.
Awesome, man. Dude, like I say, we watched you this last part of the race, the last quarter of the race, and you rocked it, man. It was awesome, and congratulations.
I have one question, though, Wade.
Yeah.
I heard you cutting the motor off on the last lap. Were you saving fuel?
Yeah, believe it or not, I short pit that last time, tried to beat Andrew off pit road, and I thought, just based upon my math in my head, I was probably a lap or two to the good. And I think it was 5 laps to go. I heard the spotter say, you know, check your fuel, head in for fuel. And I looked, and I was literally about a 10th away from being too short. So I had to kind of push in that clutch. I was doing it in 3 and 1. And I crossed the line, came on that backstretch, and started to sputter. So we were cutting it really close tonight.
I noticed that. I went on board with you that final lap, and I heard the engine toning down in the corner. So I figured that you might have been saving a little bit there.
Yeah, and it ended up working. I mean, I didn't have to kill the motor. I just pushed in the clutch, let it coast down to 2,000 RPM, and that was pretty much good enough to get us to the end.
Well, Wade, congratulations to you from everyone up here in the broadcast booth and from everyone at WFO Racing League on winning here at Michigan tonight.
Hey, thank you very much. I just want to thank, the drivers in this league. It's pretty damn competitive, and it's a lot of fun to race with everyone.
That's awesome. We look forward to seeing you guys go out there on Thursday nights and do battle, buddy.
Sounds good, Vern. Catch with you later.
All right.
Hey, Vern, before the next one, can we interview? Oh, you got him.
I
Can
moved
we
him out.
interview? All right, you want to interview both because I have no clue what's going on with all the drivers.
No, I want to move our second place driver, Johnny Houston, in here, then our third place driver, and then we'll get driver of the day.
That's what I'm
Robert
asking.
Oddie, I'm going to give you the 42 of John Houston when I get him in here.
You want me to move him up? Never mind.
John Houston, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Vern.
John Houston.
All right, Robert Oddie, take it away.
Well, John, you would have won this race by about 20-something seconds if you didn't have those pit road penalties. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, I made two bad mistakes. I was so fast I couldn't slow down to get on pit road. So, but I was trying to get back to him. So, and I was praying that that Wade was going to run out of fuel because I saw he was saving real hard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Vern was, but I was shocked how much you're just gaining. You know, you closed in that gap, and I bet if you had some more laps, you would have caught him.
If I had some more laps, I would have ran out of fuel because I wasn't but like 2 laps to the good.
So, do you think who do you think was the fastest car? Who do you think showed speed, stuff like that?
I know who the fastest car was.
I think Aiden was pretty fast. But I was sitting there trying to go back and watch the replay and see what happened and why he fell back. But I think Aiden was probably going to be the fastest.
It looked to me like the green flag pit stops, the first couple of them got you pretty good there.
Yeah. I think I fell back as far as like 28 seconds or so.
It was actually about 30.
Was it?
Yeah, between the two of them. Were those both speeding penalties on those first two stops, John?
Yeah, they was 15-second penalties. It held me 15 seconds.
That's kind of what we had suspected. I know on the first stop we had the camera on you, and it looked like you went into pit road pretty hot there. If you want to take all that time away, though, that you had lost on pit road due to the penalties, and then see what you lost the race by, you can see about how much you would have won the race by without them.
I think Andrew might have been saving a little bit because he had such a lead on Wade. So Andrew might have been saving his tires.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate with what happened to him tonight. He had a strong car, and he was definitely limiting his mistakes, so I really hated to see him lose his power there.
Yeah, me too. But if you want my vote home, probably who was the fastest that probably didn't get a chance to show it, I think it might have been Aiden. The smartest guy was probably Andrew. He had to, he was going to win it.
That's a good way to look at it. John, congratulations on your second place run tonight. I know it'll help out in points to finish there and come back and get them next week.
Yeah, I'm going to do my best. We're Las Vegas next week?
Yeah, I believe we're at Vegas next week.
That's going to be I think we was tight tonight. We're going to be tight next week.
Yeah, well, we could pray that iRacing will give us an update to the setups before then, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, actually, for the first 5 laps or so, we was fast. But between 5 and 15, we was tight. Then all of a sudden, it just wanted to snap loose on the exit of 2 and coming out of 4. I was steering back to the right coming out of 4. I don't know if y'all could see that.
Yeah, I'd seen it a couple times when you were coming out of 4 that you were having to turn back that way. We got one more to get to. John, you got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Just WFO and Hal. He stayed down there with me. We was teammates tonight, and he didn't have the best of luck. But
he fought back pretty good though. We were watching him out there, and Nation was pulling for him really hard because Nation almost knocked the wind out of himself 3 times, patting himself on the back of the paint job. But...
Well, I
I don't know where he got it.
I was hoping he'd get that 1 lap back so he can hold up Wade just a little bit. I was just hold him up in one turn, and I can get to him.
Yeah, you only needed
He
about
just couldn't do
1.6
it.
seconds there.
So,
All right,
it
John.
ended up being a good race.
Again,
Thank you, guys.
congratulations to you, and we'll talk to you later, buddy.
Yep.
All right, we got Aiden Young coming up, and I guess I'll take this one since I haven't done one yet, so we'll see how this goes. Aiden Young, driver of that number 9 car, you got a copy.
I got ya.
Congratulations on your third place run out there. It looked like you had a little tough luck. Why don't you take us through what happened on, I believe it would be the first pit stop with you.
I just messed it up, goofed off, so that's about all that happened to that.
Well, it looked like you had a pretty strong hot rod tonight.
Yeah, the car was really fast, just I don't know what happened to me tonight. It seemed like I just fell off.
No, that's okay. You'll bounce back. You'll come back. You'll get them next week, right? You had a fast race car. You look like, honestly, to me, you look like probably you had the fastest car on the track tonight.
Yeah, it felt like I had the fastest car, but you can't make pit road mistakes and be the fastest guy too.
Yep, that's absolutely right, buddy. You got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Just want to thank ASN, Young Gun Creations, everyone that came out to watch.
Awesome, Aiden. We wish you the best of luck next week, buddy, and as always, look forward to interviewing you in the booth here afterwards.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next up, we have our driver of the day, Mr. Matt Egan, driver of that 57 machine. Matt, congratulations. You are the fan vote driver of the day at WFO Racing League. How do you feel, buddy?
I feel really good. I feel really good knowing that it was a legitimate fan vote. I just want to point that out right there to anyone that might think otherwise. I'm not using
alternate accounts. We wouldn't take it any other way now, would we?
No. I just want to point that out. I'm not going to do that. I have 2 accounts, mine and ASN. I didn't vote for myself, so
well,
yeah.
That's good news. I will say that, Matt. That's definitely good news. But that's 2 in a row for you. I was joking around with him when you were getting the votes earlier, and I said, I think he's trying to catch me.
I don't know, man. I'm just really happy to get the fan vote. It really means a lot because I don't come out here to win. I know I really don't have a shot to win with, we got some of the best drivers on iRacing in this league. I see that when I broadcast. I really see it when I'm on track. So I just come out with the intent to run, and it's just really cool to be able to win that fan vote. Tonight was a bit of a disappointment for me. I'm not gonna lie there. My internet cut out, and it put me 4 laps down and just never recovered. We had a top 5 car, I feel like, but it unfortunately didn't swing our way, and it's just really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate for you. I mean, your car looked, every time I was on you on the broadcast, the car looked clean, like you'd taken care of it out there, and you really weren't abusing it off the wall or anything too much. But it looked like you were just cruising and having a great time out there tonight, Matt. Would I be right on that assessment?
Yeah, that's the way I approach these races. You're 100% right because I help admin this series, so I don't know how many races I get to do here. I'm fingers crossed I get to race Talladega. It's my favorite racetrack. It's a track I feel like I would have a shot to win at. So I'm just really happy to get the chance to race with you guys. So I'm just happy to be on track, and it doesn't really matter where I finish.
Well, you're also the main admin of the Cup Series here at WFO Racing League, and I'll tell you have to be proud of those guys out there. I mean, it started off a little rough in the first 10 laps, but after that, you guys went on a green flag run that would make any league in iRacing jealous.
Without a doubt, and my hat's off to everyone in this league. They put on an amazing show. Again, like I said, we got some of the best drivers on iRacing, and I really do think that. So, hats off to all of them for being able to put on this great show.
Well, hats off to you too. We thank you again for adminning it, and it's people like you that are the reason that these series are going so well.
Real quick before I do go, I want to give a big shout out to a few of the people that voted for me from a Discord server. It's called Thurscord. It's not, I guess, not that important, but I want to give a shout out to them. They're a bunch of good friends of mine. I've known them for around a year now, so I just got to give them a shout out for showing up and giving me the vote.
That's awesome. Matt, again, congratulations on your second in a row Cup Series Driver of the Day award. And we will talk at you later. Thank you, buddy.
Have a good night.
Good job, Matt.
He done boosted out on us. That was Matt Egan
Fuck.
right there, our WFO Racing League Cup Series Driver of the Day. Nation, we'll go with you first. What did you think of the race tonight?
Well, it went kind of the way I thought it was going to go. I mean, it was a bunch of cautions there at the beginning, and then they just kind of leveled out, and it worked. I mean, they figured out don't do this, and it worked. That's my thoughts.
Robert Oddie, what do you think, buddy?
I think we had a great race. I think Andrew Singleton should have won. I think John Houston would have. He was definitely second fastest. Aiden Young had bad luck, but I think honestly, if we, if that's consistency is a big thing. If we're gonna have these long green flat runs, you're gonna see who's consistent. But on raw speed, I think Aiden Young was the fastest, and then John Houston, and then Andrew Singleton, and I think Mark Love. I think he was really fast in the short run, but as shown, he burned through his tires really quick.
Well, I'll tell you guys, I think it was a really good race. If you look at the beginning, they had 3 cautions in the first 25 laps, and then they went 125 laps on a green flag run. So
that's what I was saying. I mean, I thought it was awesome. I think it was some of the best racing I've seen.
I mean, it's the lowest caution count race we've had to date of any series. It beat our truck series by 1. The truck series was at 4 last night. I'm really proud of each and every one of these guys. This is a series that I look to see grow here at WFO Racing League, and as an owner of the league, I'm proud of it. And I'm really
should be.
I'm really proud of what the drivers are doing in the series and the people running this series. I told you guys and all of them 2 weeks ago I was going to step away from this series as a driver, as a admin or an owner of it really, and jump into the broadcast booth and do these broadcasts, and I'm really proud when I watch this race and I see what these guys are able to do with this series. So it makes me happy.
Vern, when I watch, I rewatched the broadcast last week, and yeah, we had some hiccups, but really, you're doing a very good job.
It's called growing pains.
It is, but
anytime you take a new direction or go into a new venture, you're going to have those kind of issues. But I think probably tonight our audio was a lot better.
It was a lot better.
So we're getting it on that, and we want to thank all the viewers. I mean, everybody that watches ASN's broadcast of our K&N and Truck Series, all of our viewers that are coming in now and watching the broadcast for the WFO Racing League Thunder Cup Thursday Series. This is what builds this league. It's the support that we get from the people, and the help we get from you, Nation. You do a lot of paint jobs and stuff. Robert Oddie, you can't keep the guy out of the booth here. He's a lot of fun. Robert, you're a lot of fun to have up here with us.
Oh, he'll always find his way back in.
And you're a hell of a little racer too. So
yes, he is.
Thank you, Vern. But I really want to say something for the Cup Series. I mean, you guys can go look back at the first race me and Nation did, and just the broadcast alone has come a long way in these last couple of weeks, and I'm very proud of what we're able to do.
Yeah,
Robert, that's all on you, buddy. I you know what? I hand it over to you because you carry me.
Well,
I'm not a talker.
The broadcast, again, it's something that we're going to make better in the future. I know as we go, I'm going to learn more about how to look at the replays better and stuff like that. We'll work on the overlays a little bit more. But, again, I want to thank the fans and welcome everybody to tune in next week when the Cup Series heads to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So we're going gambling next week. To all you fans out there, we're going to go gambling. Make sure you vote for your driver of the day, and we're going to have some fun. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Do what, Adi?
I personally think Matt Egan's something's weird because every time Mark Love got a vote, Matt got like 2, and now they're fighting in the fucking comments.
Where in YouTube?
We don't need any drama.
Who's fighting in the fucking comments?
Just fucking delete them.
Who's
I
fighting
can't.
in
I'm
there?
admin.
Who
I
is
can't
fighting in the comments?
Mark and Matt.
You go down there and tell Mark to knock that shit off, and I'll tell Matt to knock it off.
10-4.
And tell him to go in there and delete those fucking comments, too.
Oh, yeah.
Matt,
It's all about patience.
Yeah.
You know?
what's going
Yeah.
on YouTube?
I don't know.
You
I
guys
don't
messing
get,
up the comment section on that stream?
I don't know. I don't get what Mark Love's problem is. He's like, oh, it defeats the purpose of the award. No, the purpose of the award is to get your friends to vote for you to. I mean, I don't get what his problem is. He's got to stick up his rear.
All right,
That's
now
what his
that you guys
problem
muddy
is.
that YouTube stream up, I'll have to go
They
in there and
seem to
clean all
have
that
it.
stuff out and get some bans out.
I'll delete my own comments. I don't get what his problem is, though.
I don't have the power to delete comments.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those stupid son of a bitches are in our YouTube chat fucking arguing with each other.
Yeah, I seen it.
Who is arguing?
I'm about to fucking give them both bans where they can't fucking chat in the goddamn stream no more. Fucking idiots.
What are they saying?
I ain't
Fighting
went to 'em
over
yet.
Discord fucking people voting for Matt.